What's going on, people? It's the Xbot 448, and today I want to talk about Halo 5. I actually want to talk about those first two, I guess you could say live action trailers for Halo 5 that were shown at the Walking Dead finale. Really interesting stuff. I really liked them. I liked how they flip-flop between Locke and Chief, as you know, Locke was the winner on one of them, but then Chief was the winner on the other. But there's a couple interesting things that I want to get into and see if you guys picked up on this. One of them's kind of common sense, and that has to deal with the primary weapons on each of the characters. Now, when Locke is walking towards the Master Chief, when the Master Chief is down on the ground, defeated, and everything like that, Locke takes his primary weapon and throws it on the ground before he grabs his handgun. Now, this signifies that was the main mission for Locke, was to get to Master Chief. I'm not sure if it was to kill Master Chief, but I do know his main mission centered around Master Chief. Whereas when Master Chief was walking to Locke, when Locke was defeated lying on the ground, the Master Chief took his primary weapon and put it back on his back. And that signifies that, Locke didn't really have anything to do with his mission. It was just a little kind of maybe annoyance, a side thing that was going on that he had to take care of. But his main mission has nothing to do with Locke. Now, that's pretty much common sense, but I like how they showed the difference. I thought that was really cool. Now, the thing that caught me is when the Master Chief was talking as he was walking up to Locke. When he was talking, he said something about, was it worth it? He asked, was it worth it to compromise so much? Was it worth it? And everybody thinks he was talking to Locke, from what I could see. But what I noticed was the second time he said, was it worth it, he was actually looking at his statue, the statue of him. So I actually think he was talking to himself and asking himself, was it worth it to kind of go rogue and to do this other mission that he felt was important? But all in all, the hype is building. The hunt for the truth kind of like campaign is working out really well. It's going into when Master Chief was a kid and he got abducted and put into the Spartan program, showing that there's a little shadiness that goes on with the UNSC. So who is really right in this situation? The UNSC trying to track down Master Chief, or the Master Chief basically doing what he feels is right, knowing that they have kind of like a dark side to them? It's setting up to look like it's going to be a really good story. I know the Halo Master Chief Collection, the multiplayer, was broken, but you got to think of a couple instances as to why. First of all, there was 2 engines running all the time, and they were trying to do 4 different Halos. And they were trying to do multiplayers and multiplayer maps that were divided up into 4 different Halos. So that was a really big initiative. But as usual, if you like this video, definitely let me know.
White and nerdy, just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.